Hello and welcome back to Cultist Simulator with me, Barden. Right, let's run time on. Okay. So we're starting to deal with that. Double despair prowls elsewhere. No dread empowers this despair. Just got rid of you. Which in turn helps with that. Then the next dread we get, we'll cancel that out as well. And fascination, we don't get enough of it to, although we do have two obviously on the board, one's getting cancelled, but we don't get enough of it for it to really be that much of an issue for us. So one more person for a cult. Do you have this to worry about though? So it's got 6 minutes left. This place merits closer investigation. Kerisham. Okay, so we got a couple of those now. Okay, so we run it on. The sick room grows close and stale. Time to get up. Okay, and then we head. Oops. Back to the Mantis. There we go. Next time we're going to try the moth lore the next time as well, because it's the only one that we have at 6, like level 6 or strength, so it makes sense. You should go there as well. Okay. The 26 delightful fruits, the 7 chastisements, the 9 gardens, the 4 regrets. Okay, grab you go there. Now, on the whites, let's get rid of that. On close investigation, the work seems to be a theory of aesthetics, or perhaps a set of warnings about the dangers of painting. Well, we'll see what exactly it is, or at least get an approximation of what it is. Just a reminder as well for anyone watching this when it goes up, or I guess anywhere close to when it goes up, I will be every Monday live streaming on Twitch this game. Oh, we got our last person here. Yeah, we're going to be live streaming Cultist Simulator on Twitch from 6 GMT, or when we go into BST, it'll be 6 BST. And it's going to be every Monday for probably about 3.5 hours, maybe a little longer if I feel like it. But yeah, it's gonna have to see how that pans out really. But the VODs of those will be then up here on YouTube. They won't be edited down, so it means that any kind of breaks and stuff, people are gonna have to fast forward through. But I don't think that's too much of an inconvenience. But what I'm going to do is have a different save for that one than this one here, and then run the two at the same time. And then I just need to make sure that I manage my save files properly and don't end up losing one or other of the saves. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. As I said before, a little bit nervous about it because it's going to be my first time live streaming, but I'm not expecting there to be a ton of people. I'm actually expecting there to be no one, so I'm going to be surprised if someone turns up, to be honest. So I'll probably just end up playing the game the way I do now, and just for longer, which I'm okay with that. I enjoy playing this game, and playing it longer seems like a good thing to me, at least. But let's sort some stuff out. So we're going to speak of this because we said we would do that. So speak of our edge lore. And then we got Sylvia. Sylvia, an acquaintance. Sylvia lost her eye in the woods when she was 9 years old. Every year at Candlemas, she returns to the place she buried it. Okay, so Sylvia is the last acquaintance, so it'll be interesting to see what we find there. I think we may have found all of these guys already, but I can't be certain of that. And I kind of like, I talked about this before, I kind of like not being certain of things like that, because I think once I get to the point in the game where I know all of, like, I know everything behind the scenes, as it were, it's gonna lose a bit of its appeal, a bit of its glamour for me. I don't like learning all of the mechanics off by heart for a game, because then it feels like it is just a mechanical process rather than pure enjoyment, which is what I play this and many other games for. But anyway, let's keep going. So he found a mystique. He's going to find the other mystique. Then he's going to take the evidence. He's going to extend the life of the evidence. So the evidence is just over 5 minutes to go. When he gets it, it's probably going to be around maybe, what, 2 minutes? Somewhere around 2 minutes. Actually, no, because this mystique is, that other mystique is going to go. Don't know where it's going to go before he gets a chance to take it. But if that goes, then he's going to grab the evidence. So it's probably going to be around somewhere around 2.5 minutes. But then he will extend that, because it won't count down while it's in his possession, I believe. Right. So we got ourselves a glimmering. Was that a fascination there? It looked like it. I recall my dream. This was the lodge of blue silk, flapping in the winds of the bounds at the mantis' edge. And here was its mistress, who welcomed me as she welcomes all travellers. Company is nice, she confided, but I still miss my Christopher. 10 years and not enough. But we could not have been long together, not without touching each other. And you know what occurs when a man long lies with a long woman. Or perhaps you don't. I hope you don't. I won't tell you, just in case. I will give you a tiny gift. So we get a tiny gift, which is the glimmering. We are now going to dream this with... Oh, it's not the... We can do that one as well. Okay. So let's do this. Oh. Oh, we can't. Okay. What else can we put in there then? That's interesting. I didn't know that. Oh, so maybe maybe the next door we have to find a different way. I don't remember that though. I generally remember advancing by doing certain things with the, so kind of leapfrog, or step by step, as it were. On the white, Husher writes distractedly of his hatred of colours and his yearning for death. He hints at a great work he has envisaged or begun, where the palest of paintings will enthrall the world. He returns again and again to certain compelling phrases, which he claims are the secret words of winter. So we've got a sextant secret. We now have 2 of those. Do you need perhaps a glimmering? No, you need erudition. That is unfortunate, because we would have had somewhere to use you. Okay, so we've got some resonance there. That will degenerate into despair, which you will take and then cancel you out. You will put there. We're not going to use you. We don't really see any way to do so. So we're going to study you. Read the volume of Travelling at Night. The wood lies outside the walls of the mantis. As any student of history knows, the mantis has no walls. Okay. Interesting contradiction there. Wait. I misread that. It's got 5 minutes left. So he's gonna... Yeah, he's gonna extend that. He should take that in pretty soon. And then he'll add another, whatever, 40 seconds or something to it. Not sure exactly what. Okay, so that one gives us contentment, I believe. We'll have to check it out in a second. And the rest is there. We're going to go for the orchard this time. Okay, good choice, apparently. Last night I walked in the orchard of lights. I plucked the fruit, which is always ripe, and consumed it in 2 bites. The taste is not to be forgotten. As I licked the glowing juices from my fingers, I saw a message carved in the bark of the tree. When I woke, I recorded the message. All I could remember in my diary. Right, so you go there. If we get another one of you, we're going to combine and search them. Right. So you should be content. You are. Some days are better than others. Sometimes the sky is nothing like a filthy sheet. Sometimes the river runs clear. Grab you. Can pop you up there. We may be able to dream those two. Actually, yeah. Let's run that on and dream those two together. Because why not, right? Oh, that's why not. Forgot you were going to be useful there. Elopoli describes how he came to make repeated visits to a dream wood via what he calls silver dreams. Trying to think your way to the wood, he explains, is thinking your way to being in love. But I did find a secret that helped. So we got some erudition. And we got you as well. So you can pop there. We're now going to study these two together because they will actually use that erudition. That's a bit of luck on our part. Run it on. Okay, you got some more mystique. Pope Clifton, an acquaintance. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's more than I remember, apparently. So he's number 21. Number 21 that I wasn't even thinking would even exist. Let's talk about that and see if there's number 22. Oh, run it on. Too busy enjoying my tea. Let's do that. There. Work is about to finish. You're about to cancel out. Okay, you're on the hunt, but there's nothing for you to find. Let's swap these two around. Yep. Contentment just went, but it's alright. We don't need it quite yet. Brutality is about to go. That glimmering, we don't have anything to use it in anyway. Mirrors are calm, the sun is steady, the glory recedes. I am sane, if that means anything. That, put up there. Okay, now it's 3 minutes. Okay, now it's 3 minutes on the technical evidence. It's the autosave there. Begin. Okay, we'll slot that there. Yeah, he's taking it now. So it doesn't see, it doesn't count down while it's in there. And that is a kind of an exploit or a cheat, apparently, that you can use in the game. I've never done it. But apparently, if you want to extend the life of a particular card, you can put it in like that and it will pause it for you until you take it back out. So it's a way of extending things, but I don't think that's in the spirit of the game. Right, we've got lots of those. I kind of want to see what this is, so let's do this. It's a glimmering that we're never going to use, but, you know. Right, so that's one that we've read recently, right? Yep. Yeah. Oh no, hang on. Oh yeah. Oh no, oh yeah. For a second I thought, hang on, no we haven't, but we have. We definitely have. Right. So back to dreaming. Okay, and we see here. So let me a quick check on something. Just trying to refresh myself on the white door. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why we didn't see anything. To advance further, you need to do it with your desire, but right now we don't have a desire. Okay, so just over 2 minutes left on that. And there's my phone going off. Apologies for that. Okay. Move you on. You may as well sit there for now. Okay, and then we have a case of mistaken identity. This isn't who you hoped for after all. There's no one of particular importance. And eventually they'll pass from your memory. Perhaps there is no one else available that you'd care to meet. Okay, so that's a pretty clear indication that we've now found everyone. So it's 21, not 20. Okay. So we'll just pop you up there. And our winter lore is ready. I've increased my mastery of the ragged lore, which we call by its aspect winter. Okay, and for now you can pop there. Right. So we have all the people that we need to get. So I think it makes sense then to start recruiting properly into the cult. I'm glad I didn't get that fascination. What have we got here? The visible art Christopher Lopley is said to have remarked are as profitable as macabre, as ethical as tobacco smuggling, and in general as beneficial as roulette. Still, there is always the Orchard of Light. Indeed, the orchard, with its glowing fruit and its peaceful mists, is a place to be yearned for. Last night I walked there, in the peaceful hours of the deep night. Even after waking, I still carry with me a little of the glory of the old sun. Okay, so we pop you up here. Well, right. Let's. You are in Greek, right? Yeah. So let's get some. Of course, I have a little Greek already, but I'll need more than a little. Okay, let's do that. So we learn some Greek, and then we can translate that. So if anybody knows, so we don't obviously have our desire yet, right? If anybody knows if there's a certain desire that would be, pardon the pun, more desirable for the priest to have, let me know in the comments, because that's kind of something that would be good to know before we commit to going in a certain route. And then we got some vitality. My own heart pumps more strongly today. You there? Okay. So in the past we've done Lantern a lot in terms of temptation. So the other two that we have, I believe we did Grail before, right? And didn't we try Forge as well? But Grail and Forge we never really followed to their conclusions. So if there's no reason to do a certain one, I think we'll try and get one of those two instead. But let's move things on again. Okay. You up there. As soon as we're finished work this time, we are going to then start our sermons up again. A determined and distinctive tongue, but I have the measure of it. Okay, and we'll start translating. Okay, there's some restlessness. Okay, we definitely don't want to add to that restlessness. Let's go for side again. Some erudition. Let's see if this is one that we've gotten today. In last night's dream, I was in the lodge of the stage knight, behind a white door. It is difficult to remember exactly how I came there, and the mistress of the place, the woman with the dark glasses, was nodding as if I had asked her a difficult question. Of course I hadn't. I lost my speech when I passed the white door. How is it that I can speak? She said to me. I didn't come here through the white door. I'm not proud of what I did to come here, so let me tell you about something else. Okay, grab those. We have some erudition that right now we can't use, but you never know what we're going to get from there. That may mean that we can use it. Right, so we've got those now. Been a very long time since we did this, but it's time to get back. So I'm going to use reason. And we're going to use... We're going to use that one. It is empty space, which makes the bowl useful. Okay. Well. Okay. So what we're trying to do is get what's called exaltation or something like that, fervor, which will then help us to start promoting these guys. So he's on the lookout. Some fascination there, but it could be dreamed with that dread together. Let's take the mystique. The tentative evidence is gone, thankfully. Yeah, that book is now ready. I need to read it, so let's see what it is. Read Pomanders on What is Contained by Silver, a dire bestiary of the horrors to be found in mirrors. This is a recent edition of a 3rd century text by Pomander. Okay, let's start that. I think I'm gonna have to try to remember to when we're promoting the people to go from the bottom up, so that we can not necessarily do everyone in order, because I don't remember what order we discovered the people, but at least the people at the bottom should be some of the oldest members, and the people at the top should be some of the newest. So we'll get them close to kind of the order that they might be in. Let's go here. Oh no! I instant regret on that. The hours have been called unmerciful, but they permit sleepers, sometimes, to walk in the orchard of lights, where each fruit glows like a sunset, where the roots of the trees are shaped for peaceful rest, where the mist soothes the heart. I was there last night, and the taste of the fruit lingers, sharp and sweet, as the passage of spring to summer. Okay, grab that. You can go there. We're now going to be chasing that scrap for a long time, I think, trying to get it. But we'll see what happens. Okay, what have we got here now? Tonight, they listen, but they do not hear. If you use reason with more reasoned doctrine, or passion with more passionate lore, you're more likely to create fervor. The deeper the lore, the greater the chance of exaltation. Right, so in this case, just kind of for our own lore of what we've been building here, it's probably a case that we've gone back to the pulpit after a very long time away from it. People in the congregation and on the parish council are very suspicious of us, and they probably weren't listening at all. They were probably more watching these new people that are now coming to the sermons, the people that they've seen maybe come to my house, that they've seen me go to the club with, arrive at the train station, and now they're seeing them in the church when I suddenly come back to give a sermon. And then, you know, not all of these people, but some of these people are there, and I imagine that the congregation are more looking at them and watching what they're doing, and also maybe looking at me, but not in the way that I want, not in the terms of listening to me give this sermon. They're more looking at me to to look or to notice there's anything different from the last time that I gave a sermon, and kind of more watching what I'm not saying and my body language and what I'm doing when I'm not speaking, when somebody else is speaking, and watching me then. So we've got to be careful, I feel. But let's get back there. So that was a passion one. We want something that's more logical. 4 seems logical, right? Certainly to me. Let's pop that in there. So now people are wondering, like, what's going on? Like, he hasn't given a sermon in so long, and now 2 in a row? There's something up with Father Ted. We knew that already, but now, before we just thought that he was moving away from the church, and that's what our concern was that these people were either leading him astray or he was leading them astray. But either way, it wasn't going anywhere good, and we were kind of content with the knowledge that this detective was going to find the evidence to get rid of him and remove him from the church. And we were kind of happy that he hadn't been given sermons, because, you know, we didn't want to listen to what he has to say. And now suddenly he's here all the time. Like, he's done 2 in a row. Is it going to be like just do 2 and then lose his interest again and go off doing something else? We'll have to see. We'll have to keep an eye on him. It's definitely worrying times to the parish council. We pomanders on what is contained by silver. The virgins, maidens of the mirror favour orchids. The behindlings favour the rhododendron. Cut flowers of either nature should not be placed before polished bronze. An appendix contains a rite which might be used to summon some of these entities, although the details of its use are not made clear. Right, so we got a Mansus Glimpse and Rite of the Watchman's Sorrow. That is different to the one that we have already. So you can pop up there beside them. So that was pretty nice. Now, Latin grammar. Let's read that. Yeah, I feel there's maybe going to be a bit of a standoff over the next while, but we're going to try our best to win back at least some of the congregation. Maybe not the council, but you know, the council may be the power in the church at the moment, but they don't speak for the entire congregation, and that's something to keep in mind. There are others there that we can get to and convince that no, everything's okay. Like, we are what we were before. It's just things need to be dealt with. They've been dealt with. Now I'm back. And don't worry about these new people. These are actually, you know, who wouldn't want more people coming to the sermons? You've got to question people, you know, their motives when they're saying that they don't want these new people coming. You need to think about why. Why would they think that? And does what they think about those new people apply to you as well? So maybe you need to make a choice and, you know, come to the side that makes sense, which is obviously our side. Let's check there. Subtle fracture. Okay. Last night, in the great pavilion above the grey sprawl of the bounds, a woman who once called herself Teresa Galmieri sat sat on gilt-fringed cushions and offered me a horn cup of dream wine. The wine is imaginary, she explained, but the cup is not. To navigate the Mantis, one must understand the distinction. Perhaps one day you'll join me on the pilgrimage, or I'll join you. So, here, let us share a secret. And her breath tickled my ear. Clouds part, walls creak, old wounds ache, a sixth order influence, significant resonance of correspondence. This can be used in some rites to summon minions. Okay, run things on, and we'll get back. Oh, actually no, not yet. Oh, wrong way around. Oh, too late. It took it. I was just a bit too late. Right, so now we have an affliction, which, okay, at least we can deal with that then. The medicine is dark and bitter as tar, is it? As tar. It would be easy to suspect I'm being poisoned. Okay. So you're running. Let's check here. It's like they listen, but they do not hear. Okay, so we're not finding the right combo, is kind of what I'm hearing. This. We could just go with passion. Let's go to you and then use our passion. I'll speak to their souls, and if I speak with conviction, their souls may answer me. Okay. Let's see how it works this time. Yeah, still a lot of suspicion. Our little speech to the congregation didn't go as well as we thought. We thought maybe we would at least get not necessarily anybody openly supporting us or changing sides, but certainly people being willing to listen and to at least contemplate what we said. And maybe in the future we would be able to turn them. But it seemed like most people are united, and it's probably because we've been away for so long. And that distance between us, you know, it can't be bridged in a couple of sermons, especially because we're not really hitting our stride during our sermons. We're not giving it our all. You know, we're saying the words that we said before, or a lot of them, but they kind of ring a little hollow. And we need to rediscover our passion, and that's what we're trying to bring to this next sermon. We've been thinking on that, and you know, we thought that, hey, let's just reason with them. You know, they're intelligent people. Let them know what the story is. Let them make up their own minds. But that hasn't worked. So now we're going to go a bit baser. We're going to appeal to their emotions more. And just use passion and see where that gets us. And we're kind of excited now that we decided to go a different route with this. But let's see how it actually works out for us. Right, so I improved my Latin. Good. Describe you. Scholar of Latin. In Latin. Okay. Perfect. Leave that one. We're very quickly running out of books as well. Right, so the dread will be around long enough to cancel out the fascination, so that's okay. The one worry is that the dread gets sucked into the other one, that if it comes up now in a minute. Our job, we're not well liked in our job now, so. And maybe, again, maybe there are some rumours in the parish council talking about, like, hey, we wondered how this guy was going to be able to juggle, you know, between being a priest and holding down a full-time job. It seems that he can't focus on both. and when he needs to focus on one, he neglects the other. And maybe they've been in contact with our employer as well, and maybe told them what we've been up to, and they've not been very receptive to that. Tonight they listen, but they do not hear. Okay, again, not amazing. Right, so let's go. Let me remember what kind of cult we are again. Society of Holy Wound. A cult society dedicated to the hours which open doors. So, knock. Right. So, let's go with the big guns. Oh, and this tells us here, right? Erudition, so you are reason. So we tried passion, we were fired up for it. We thought this is definitely going to work. There's no way that they're not going to respond to this. And we got in there, started out with the fire and brimstone and giving it everything. But within 5 minutes of us speaking, just looking, seeing that we weren't stirring anything in them, not making any connection. Even the people in our own acquaintances that we've made were kind of, looking around the church, checking out the statues and the architecture, looking back at the people who were staring at them and not really paying too much attention to us. And all of that kind of knocked our confidence down, and same result as the last one. So we're going to go back to the old Faithful and go for some knock and see how that works. So this will be a last sermon of this episode. Okay, what have we got here? The sick room grows close and stale. Time to get up. Right, we go with you, and we'll start first. In our lovely health. Okay, we got a book ready. The Horus, Volume 1. This volume deals mostly with the hours of the wood, the moth, the black flax, the ring yew, among others. But we could have used that for our help. But we didn't. But it's okay. Right, so we're coming to the end of the sermon. Let's see how it went down this time. Tonight they listen, but they do not hear. So again, not really connecting with them. And now we're kind of scratching our heads thinking, what's going on here? It doesn't make any sense. We're feeling like we've tried everything, even though we really haven't, but we're kind of at that stage where, we came with a plan, and at first we thought, this is going to be easy, right? Just get back into it. We've done it before. We've whipped them up Now we're going to have people there who are like-minded with us. It's going to be even easier to whip people up into a frenzy. Didn't work the first time, so we tried again. Just thinking, well, maybe it was kind of first night nerves or whatever. And same thing. Just no connection, no reaction. So then we decided, okay, let's go the passionate route. Let's really give this everything and appeal to a different side of them. Didn't work either. Then finally we said, listen, what we know most is knock. Let's give them the big guns. Let's give them the one that we know the most. Again, arrived thinking, quietly confident, let's put it. Because after being knocked 3 times, you can't really be, too overtly confident. But again, nothing. And now we've got to put our thinking caps on and think about, where do we go from here? How are we going to turn this thing around? But for now, that is the end of this episode. So I hope you've enjoyed. Hope you're keeping safe out there. And hope to see you next time. Goodbye. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button there on the right, or checking out some other videos here on the left. Or perhaps you might even share with some friends.